Play us a song.
So,
year ago.
Ren,
Oh, you're right.
with the rise of personal electric vehicles, scooters, skateboards, one wheels, have you seen a direct correlation in the rise of broken bones?
Yes.
Okay.
As a general trend, yes, because there are more. This is the law of numbers, right? It's like you take a percentage of anything. Let's say 1% of all EV riders out there will eventually break a bone.
Yeah.
And if the total number of EV riders is 100, then there's only one person. But the total number of people riding these things, and I'm not talking about just one wheels. I'm talking about electric skateboards, scooters, all of that stuff. EUCs, the electric unicycles.
Yeah.
That number is growing pretty rapidly, and so just by necessity, the percentage, assuming the percentage doesn't really change, like the number of people getting injured is going up.
Right.
The thing that I've noticed is that I only ever get injured when I stop paying attention to the road, to the moment.
I mean, that's kind of a rule.
Yeah, and it's a rule that I try to live by, and it's like, had I actually been looking forward the entire time, I may have seen the rail at the last moment and been able to dodge it. I'm good at dodging stuff at the last moment. But the fact of the matter was, maybe the 2 or 3 seconds leading up to the hit, I wasn't looking. Same thing when I broke my collarbone last year. I didn't pay attention to the battery level on my one wheel. It was around 30%. And with how batteries work, yes, it may have 30% battery capacity left, but it doesn't mean it has full power. And so I tried to catch up with Sam on his e-bike, and I just tried to pull too much power out of the one wheel. I wasn't even going that fast, maybe 17 or 18.
You go very fast.
I mean, okay, let's say I was going 20. The one wheel shouldn't just nosedive at 20 miles an hour, but because it had a low battery, it couldn't output the power, and I didn't accommodate for that, and so I went down. The shoulder, when I broke my shoulder, there was a sewing machine in the sidewalk. And I was like, what the heck is that? As I'm like riding by it and I hit like a little divot in the sidewalk, it rolled the one wheel out from under me. And I literally just collapsed. I went straight down and landed on my elbow, causing my shoulder to explode out.
Oh.
Same thing when before the TED Talk a few years ago. When I went to go pick up my shoes from the thing, I'm going down through Skid Row and I was like, oh, I'm coming up to a T-junction here. I need to either turn left or right. I'm going to open up Google Maps to see which one it is. I hit a pothole. I didn't see it because I was on my phone, just for a second. And that was. I've crashed pretty hard and gotten in 2 different locations. One in Skid Row, one at the Rose Bowl during a soccer tournament. So there's tons of white people everywhere. In Skid Row, a couple homeless dudes came around over and like, I saw the whole thing. Helped me up. They were great. When I crashed at the Rose Bowl, a lot of people saw me. Everyone ignored me. And I was like writhing in pain in the middle of the street, and there's like a car just patiently waiting for me to just get the hell out of the way.
They were honking, you know? Could have been worse.
Yeah, I suppose. That was a side point. But yeah, that's why I always feel kind of safer whenever I'm pushing it hard one-wheeling, because it demands 100% of my attention.
Yeah.
I'm sure you understand. It's like when you're riding on a trail, it's like you can't have the luxury of just like, let the dial, look at the scenery. It's like, no, you're literally looking at the 10 to 30 feet in front of you, and that's the only thing you're focused on.
Right.
And when that is the case, I never hurt myself.
Yeah.
One wheels
Wow.
freaked me out.
I mean,
I've been on it one time with you, and I literally felt like a little baby. I've never felt more like a little baby in my life.
I mean, that's what the e-bikes are for then. It's for people who don't want to do one wheel.
For little babies.
Yeah, for little babies.
It's like, I don't know. I want more people to ride one wheels. It's my favorite thing in the world, despite having broken 4 bones in the last year.
I haven't
on a
broken
one
any
wheel.
bones on the one wheel.
Wait, collarbone. Oh, that was
That was
on
the
a bike.
e-bike.
baby e-bike.
Yeah, I was paying attention. I very much was like, I'm gonna send it, and I didn't send it. Yeah.
yourself.
You forgot to put the postage on the letter.
Yeah.
Return to sender.
Too hesitant.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up riding anything that required balance. So I'm wondering about getting a balance board or something. Would that help? Because I feel like to go just to a one wheel directly from nothing, like never skateboarding.
That's
or
what Jan
anything,
did.
And it worked for him.
Jan
He
had
got
never
a balance board.
No.
Oh, he went straight to the one wheel.
He had never skateboarded or snowboarded or surfed or balance boarded, anything like that.
And he just got a one wheel.
Well, he got a one wheel as a gift, and it was a very nice and lucky gift. And he was like, okay. And it took him about a month or so to really get his bearings. And like now he raced at the race.
Okay, that's
And he placed
encouraging.
okay. I think he got like 61st or something like that out of the 77 or 80 people there. So,
Yeah.
but don't forget, these are like the top riders in the country showing up. So
Right.
it's like,
Arguably the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Arguably.
goals list just has don't fall on it. So
Do you ride a bike? You know how to ride a bike?
I know how to ride a bike. I was a late bloomer with a bike for
Wait.
sure.
didn't you say you snowboard?
I have snowboarded.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of Fenner.
But
Fenner's a snowboarder.
yeah,
You'd be fine.
Fenner
Or Jonah.
surfs
Jonah.
and-
I'm thinking of Jonah.
Yeah. So they all have the inbuilt balance. But I've gone snowboarding like twice in my life, and I spent most of the time sliding on my back down the mountain. You know, as you can expect. And yeah, it's annoying because there's so many things I want to do that require balance, and I feel like I just need the push to consistently do it. But with these roads out here, these dirty LA pothole-ridden roads,
This
it's
fun
so
playground,
terrifying.
you mean?
Yeah, and like everyone comes in with broken bones, and
That's my sad. That's
wear your
my
pads.
sadness. Is that like I love this so much, and yet I feel like I'm just pushing people further away from one wheeling, and that's what I don't want. But I also can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, it's safe. It's totally fine. It's obviously not.
Yeah.
You do run a risk every time you get on the board that you will get catastrophically injured.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean,
It's-
you just don't go faster than you're willing to fall.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Chris